Peace and blessings, love and light, and welcome to day 275 of the 365-day challenge. It's your girl, Kim, and happy Thursday. I hope that you're all having a spectacular day so far, and that you're continuing in your healthy habits, mind, body, and spirit to make overall wellness a habit. Okay, so we've been talking about some tips for reducing stress and taking care of ourselves during the holidays. Okay, and travel is a big thing. As you all know, I travel a lot. As a matter of fact, I'm getting ready to leave for the airport shortly. I'm leaving on a Thursday night. And so, sometimes it's important when we travel, and if we have an opportunity to make that as stress-free as possible, then do so. Traveling on a Thursday night is an ideal time to go. I'm going against traffic. Okay, and then I don't have it's not as big a crowd at the airport, okay, because it is a Thursday. Sometimes Friday can be a little hectic, and sometimes the weekend, depending on where you're going. And so it's important to make sure that you're minimizing the amounts of layovers, the possibilities of flights being canceled, and that you have a plan in action. So like I said, I'm traveling late this evening. I have an event to go to in a couple of days. So you always want to make sure that you give yourself a couple of days just in case something should go wrong. Bad weather, there can be a delay with flights. And then sometimes what happens if the flight continues to get delayed, then the crew on that flight times out. And then you have to wait for a whole nother crew to come. And so then the stress becomes, oh my goodness, I waited to the last minute. Never wait till the last minute to book or give yourself less than a day or go the day of an event, because then there are stressors when something happens with the flight and you don't have any time to make changes. I learned my lesson a long time ago. I remember my mom and my sister were celebrating their 60th and 40th birthdays, and I had an exam, and I traveled the night before, and the flight got canceled, and I wound up missing the party. And, that's not anything that I can ever get back. And so, always give yourself a couple of days, so just in case something happens, you have a little wiggle time to make alternate arrangements, whether that be driving or whether that be booking another flight. But avoid that stress of booking or doing a trip at the last minute and not giving yourself time for an alternative. Okay, because not only is it going to cost you time, it's going to cost you money as well. Okay, and so with that, I know I've got to hit it to the airport. I always go 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours ahead of time, just so that I can take my time while I'm in the airport. I'm not feeling the pressure of rushing to try to get to my gate. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people, furious at the gate as that door is closing in. Well, it's not time. They tell you to get there early for a reason, because things happen. Okay, so I'm always going to get there early so I can stroll, walk, if I want to go and grab a little bite or something, or if I just want to relax. I don't have the pressures of rushing. So make sure that you're giving yourself ample time to get to where you're going to go, so that you're not exhausted when you get there, but you're relaxed and you can enjoy yourself when you get there. That's the whole point of traveling, right? Okay, and again, with that, I'm going to head to the airport. You all have a spectacular rest of your day. Be sure to sprinkle self-love and self-care all over yourself. And until I see you all tomorrow, I say peace.